Thank you for watching TrainerDiva.com. My name is Elena, and today you're in my kitchen, and we're going to be going over some of the things that I always have in my pantry. So the biggest question I get from clients, people who are reading the website, they say, oh, well, what do you eat on a daily basis? And I'm going to answer that question for you today. So first we're going to start off on some snack ideas, because who doesn't like to have a little snack sometimes? You don't want to deprive yourself of that. So I'm going to start off on protein bars. Now, my favorite protein bars are Luna, and you can find these in the sports nutrition aisle of your grocery store. And I really like these because they're really low in sugar. These have 11 grams of sugar. Normally in a protein bar, you would see 20-25 grams of sugar, and that ends up being the same amount of sugars as a candy bar. So these are a little bit better on the sugars. You have 9 grams of protein and 190 calories per bar. So these are pretty good. This is the chocolate dipped coconut, which is yummy if you like chocolate. And then, actually this one is my favorite one, the white chocolate macadamia nut. They look like these, and they're really good. So I have this for breakfast sometimes if I'm running out the door and I don't have time to make my egg omelet that I usually make myself. So these are a really good protein bar. Next, if you feel like a snack and you're watching TV or something, pistachios are awesome because they're the lowest calorie nut, and make sure that you get the roasted unsalted variety, because if you get the salted variety it's going to be a lot of sodium and that's not really too good. So these are really awesome because they have the good kind of fats. There's 14 grams of fat, but it's all the good kind of fats that you need, and it's actually 6 grams of protein too. So these are pretty good. Always have pistachios. The next thing is if you like chips or anything crunchy, my favorite thing right now are pretzel crisps. And I get the regular, the original one. They have a couple different varieties. They have white cheddar and all kinds of things, but I like the original because it's going to have less preservatives in it. So these are 110 calories a serving. You get 11 chips. And they're pretty big for a serving, right? So they're pretty good. And then 3 grams of protein, 2 sugars. So you can't go wrong with some pretzel crisps. They're going to be way better for you than eating a bag of potato chips, okay? So, pretzel crisps. So next I want to go on to things I always have in my cabinet for quick meal ideas. And the first thing is I always have cans of tuna. It doesn't matter, you can have the cans of tuna in the water, and these are pretty cheap. I mean, you can find every single grocery store has cans of tuna. And what I like to do with the can of tuna is I like to put it in my salad. I like to just mix it up with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and you're good to go. It's a really good protein source. If you're looking for something quick, cheap protein, here's your answer. Okay, so that's tuna. Next, I want to actually go over these two. So, I always have a can of lentils in my cabinet, even regardless if it's winter, spring, summer, fall, it doesn't matter. I always have a can of lentils, and it'll make sense in a second. I actually combine this can of lentils with brown rice. These are the boil-in bag brown rice little bags, and there's basically no preservatives in it. That's why I like it. It's whole grain brown rice, and that's all you have in here. So I combine these two, and you get a really good protein content. The protein, you get 9 grams of protein in your lentils, and it's only 160 calories per serving, which is pretty low, and it's good for you. It's a vegetable, so it's a good way to combine a vegetable and a carbohydrate. So these two are friends in my cabinet. And then next, I always have a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, and these are really good with a salad, or you can actually combine it with your whole grain pasta. One of my favorite recipes that my dad actually showed me It's an Italian recipe, but you can actually saute the garbanzo beans and a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, a little bit of onion, saute that, cook that down, and then put that with your whole grain pasta. And it tastes really, really good. I like it, again, because you get a protein source and a complex carbohydrate, okay? So you can't go wrong with this one. These two are friends in my cabinet too. Alright, so those. Now, speaking of pasta, if you're wanting to make a quick red tomato sauce, you can just grab a can of crushed peeled tomatoes in a can, and make sure that you're cooking it down, and you can combine with your whole grain pasta. So it's a lot cheaper than the jarred sauces that you'd find in the grocery store, and it's a lot healthier for you too, because it doesn't have all the added sugars in it. And once you cook it down, it'll take probably like 40 minutes to cook it down, half hour, but it's really worth it. Okay, next I have another best friends in my cabinet. I always have extra virgin olive oil and balsamic vinegar for my salads. So these two go hand in hand because they're really good salad dressing. Like, the fats in the olive oil are really good fats for you, and then the balsamic vinegar just adds a little bit of sweetness, and it is really a little bit goes a long way. So I really like the two of these together. Next, I have avocado for guacamole, and you can actually check out our guacamole recipe that I have online. That's really good. I combine a little bit of lemon juice. You can actually dice up a little bit of tomato, mix that up in the guacamole, and then I have that with my pretzel crisps. That's delicious. And then last but not least, I have sweet potato. And what I've actually been doing with the sweet potato is I've been making them into sweet potato fries, and I've been baking them. So you just cut it up into kind of French fry shapes, put it on a baking sheet, 350 for an hour in your oven, and you make sure that it gets, you know, golden brown at the top, and then you got sweet potato French fries. And they're so much healthier than, you know, fries that you're actually going to fry in a fryer. So it's sweet potato is a really great carbohydrate, has a lot of vitamins, minerals in it, and good source of protein as well. So there you have it. That's what I have in my pantry always. And again, there's some quick meal ideas in there, some snacks. So stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be what I always have in my fridge and freezer. So we'll go over that next. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any of these in your pantry as well, or if, you know, next time you go grocery shopping, add these to your list. So I'll talk to you soon, and have a great day.